How's it going?
Good, I just got here. I've been working all day.
Yeah, where do you work? If you don't, you can answer or not answer any of these questions, that's fine.
I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, no, that's fine, that's fine. So, what's your name?
Tim.
Awesome. Tim, I've been around here a few days and I've seen you playing a pretty central role in, really seems like bringing a lot of skill to organization.
I'm a leader, don't trust me!
Yeah. Good, so you say that we trust you. So, how long have you been, Look at that guy. How could you not want to participate in a movement with a guy this sexy? Tim, how long have you been hanging out here as a part of Occupy Seattle?
As a what?
How long have you been here? A couple days since, what, today's,
this is my week anniversary.
You've been here a week?
It's gone by in a flash. Because of her and him.
Who are those guys?
They rock so hard.
Because of some people out there, those guys. Say hello, guys. You guys rock so hard, apparently. All right, not just apparently, you do. You do rock so hard. Totally hard. So, Tim, what have you been doing here for this week?
I've been trying to facilitate something called sociocracy, which is really...
Sociocracy, what's that?
It's just consensus on steroids, is what we say.
Okay. Is that, if I Wikipedia'd that, would I find that word, or is that something you're pioneering?
Yeah,
or?
Some creep or I don't know why, but there's like some red ink at the top of the Wikipedia article. But just ignore that. John Buck wrote it. It's very good. He wrote the book.
So what does sociocracy have to do with this movement and what's going on here?
Well, essentially it's sociocratic, and we're just, you know, in spirit it's sociocratic. It's not playing by the rules yet, but it wants to.
Well, what is, maybe back up, what is sociocracy?
Oh, it's just the way a healthy mom runs a family.
Okay, so it's like a management system for how to, like Robert's Rules of Order.
Yeah, it's mom's rules of order. Yeah.
Mom's rules of order.
Don't be mean.
Okay.
Feed everybody.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Cool.
Sleep. Eat. Avoid germs. Organize. Don't get cold. Make sure the house is dry.
Yeah. How's that been going here?
If the house is on fire and you can't get out, don't do the other shit you're doing.
Seems like
stop whatever you're doing and get here.
Yeah.
Get online, get involved. This is a nascent revolution, an evolution, a lovevolution, a solution. It's what your mom wants you to do.
So where's this going? If this is, dream a little, if this is...
Stop asking questions about the future or answering them. That's one thing about sociocracy.
All right, so what's happening right now, right here in front of our eyes? You're standing on the veranda of Bank of America here. And if we turn our view out here, here's
Bank of America, where I bank.
Yeah, me too, unfortunately, but that's going to change pretty soon.
Credo phones.
Credo, what's that? The progressive phone company?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, just tell me something. What drives you to be here? Why are you here?
Well, I got a taste of this in the '60s.
Yeah.
I'm 54.
Okay.
I know I don't look it. I got a taste of it when my mom and dad would take me to the various protests, and I'd see on my bike riding around Jesse Colin Young playing in the park, you know, surrounded by beautiful 18-year-old hippie girls. And
where was this?
Who the hell are these chicks?
I like hippies. Yeah.
I was like 12.
Was that in San Francisco, or where was that?
Sacramento.
Sacramento. Yeah, cool. How is this the same or different from what was going on then?
It's the same in every way.
Yeah,
it's not different in any way, except for there's people here who grew up then, who are just sort of, you know, have memories of it.
Yeah.
And well, everybody knows about it. I mean, it's in all of us. I mean, the '60s was the diamond of that century.
Yeah.
And it never got born. It was stillborn, or maybe it was just a long, you know.
So this is sort of the same. It's the same movement as the 1960s.
It's the same movement of all revolutions that are based on love.
Yeah.
I mean, they happen all the time. They happen in your life if you're lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, when I go to dance camp, I mean, I see community like this all the time. But you know, there has to be a change in leadership, or the leadership has to be loved into playing a better role. Like Dick Cheney, what do we really want Dick Cheney to do? Tell us about your relationship with your gay daughter. We would love to hear that. You know, you're not an idiot. You're a smart guy who's changed. Who needs to change is going to be changed by love if we get our acts together.
Yeah.
I mean, my image is Angelina Jolie with tea in her panties, topless, taking tea to that guy's door every day until he opens the door and sits down and fucking listens.
Oh, that would get a lot of people's attention.
I don't
know if they'd get Dick Cheney's attention,
but I'm not good enough looking.
Awesome.
She likes pretty boys.
Tim, you may have kind of just said it, but if you could say something to all 6 or 7 billion people in the world right now about what's going on right now, or just, I mean, it's same thing always going on. It's always love trying to break through and transform the world, right?
Here's the message to everybody.
Yeah.
If the house is on fire and you're ironing or anything else but trying to deal with the fact that the house is on fire,
yeah,
you need to stop what you're doing and deal with the fact that the house is on fire and you've got to get out.
Yeah. Is our house on fire?
Well, 2/3 of people on this planet, roughly, I don't know, it might be 1/3, whatever it is, a huge amount of people on this planet are going to die of unnecessarily of poverty before the age of 40.
That sounds like on fire to me.
If we don't, here's a trippy one, if we don't turn around climate change, we are probably or very possibly ending the possibility of existence of life. This is like an abortion issue for, you know, for the rest of the length of the universe.
How does
could easily take up this whole section of the universe as it expands out from the big out there for a trillion generations or whatever the number is, a huge number we can't imagine. And we are making decisions right now, dooming that many people. You have no right.
The potential to
have no right to doom them. If you do, there's a sort of a guilt that's unimaginably large that we have, like, we're about ready to swallow it.
I can feel that as you're saying it, and it's sort of it's a sort of a festive atmosphere here, but that sort of is very sobering to hear you put it all that way.
That's why these people are here, because they feel love.
So how does what's connect it for me? How does what's happening here? How does what's happening here increase the chances that we're going to reverse global warming and preserve this planet as a place to live?
First of all, be what?
How does what's going on here?
First of all, but there's one word I missed. Sorry,
how does what's going on here connect to and foster and facilitate the likelihood that we're going to reverse climate change and that we will in fact have a chance of living on this planet peacefully for 1 trillion years or God knows how long?
Well, it's like.
How does this help put out the fire?
I got the question.
Yeah.
If whole body politic, the whole of the human race, is like an unconscious person in a gutter outside of a bar, and it's cold, it's winter, and the water's going by, and there's a rat nibbling on his toes, but he's not dead yet, he's unconscious, and all of a sudden he starts to move because some little part of his heart says you're going to die, or his brain says you're going to die, or his heart says I love this girl and I got to get up, or I'm never going to see her again, and whatever it is, that's who we are awaking. So to me, it's that kind of hope. You see the body start to move, you know? Maybe you can't do anything because you're like in a disembodied spirit or it's a movie camera, but you see it and you go, shit, it might be alive. So
this out here is like someone you maybe thought was dead wiggling a finger and saying, oh my God, they're alive.
I think it's the heart.
It's the heart. We've got a heartbeat.
In our culture of this, patriarchy since the last 12,000 years when agriculture started, because here's the deal you have to know. The reason we stop thinking when I get in groups of more than 32 and I become an asshole, to be blunt, is because
groups of more than 32.
For all of our human history, since we could stand up maybe 1 million years ago and got smarter than monkeys, we have never been able to live in groups of more than 32 until 12,000 years ago.
Is that something kind of hardwired into the brain?
It's instinct. All, even small creatures, single-cell organisms know when it's too crowded. I mean, it's be helpful for people to drop into that part of themselves that feels that instinct of fear of crowds. It's very deep. It's as much as the desire to have sex or fall asleep. It's even, it's not even instinct. You just fall asleep almost. If there's people around, there's too many, you just get away, or else you'll die. And if you die, then you're not here. If your great-great-great-great-great-grandparent didn't do that, you wouldn't be here. So we all have it very deeply.
It's kind of mind-boggling.
Or we stop thinking when there's more than 32 people because we're so fucking scared. So if we thought we'd change, and if we change, we'll die, because when there's that kind of pressure, you stop doing everything. You stop moving everything, because if you do, you're alive. You can't believe you're alive. There's 6.8 billion people. There's only supposed to be 32, and you're still alive. Stop thinking! Stop thinking immediately, because you have completely lost. You're beyond the possibility of existence. Just do exactly what you're doing. I am going. So
that's the mode civilization is in right now.
Most of it,
Cool.
Everybody is until, but it doesn't have to be, because for 1/3 of what we spend in the world's military, 1/3, you can solve every single problem on this planet that has a price tag on it.
Give me a quick reference for that. Joseph Stiglitz, or what's your? I mean, you don't have to.
United Nations stuff.
United Nations,
it comes
okay.
out of the American Fringe Service Committee has put all these, or I think maybe it's not them,
Cool.
all these figures together, added them up.